Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
That we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey, what are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland, and though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, he would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you! Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us! Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did when she said that the water is engulfing your memories, and that it won't be long before it engulfs you too.
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina?
So, she's the Hydro Archon?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured. I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet this is going to be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. You're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Whoa, all right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun, but if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny. My beloved citizen, I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey! When did Lenny do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the Traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
Just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to...
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
about that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the Nation of Justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Try and stop me!
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf.
What's this? So you also...
What? You mean...
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in it. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set... So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. I remember...
use hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
I'll take care of it.
Rev the engines!
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an maybe next time you'll...
No way.
Fine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the opera house? Good.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention and a distracted watch her movements.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should... You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right.
Try and stop me!
Phew. Hip. The flame burns on.
Freeze!
Full throttle!
Wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Rev the engines!
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't... Anyway, I should be go...
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
Try and stop me!
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, besides, it doesn't really feel like a real...
Guess that's what it's like to be an older...
It's about time for us to leave.
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician Lenny? And his assistant Lynette?
Hello? I don't believe we...
name's Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performance.
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet?
Amazing! You recognized everybody almost immediately!
I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who. Wow, today must be my day. Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision finally be showing me some...
So, Charlotte, what do you usually report on?
Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the opera. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from, for example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases.
You mean the serial disappearances of young...
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever... If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in this... Oh! When that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearance?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever... Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe...
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you.
Yeah, us as well.
I have an interview.
Okay,
Bye now. Oh,
what a tough job. Always running around.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first?
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a...
Nice
Hello.
to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic...
Yes.
That's our Fremine.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon... let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get... Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials. I'm afraid that
No trouble at all!
Sorry for the...
Oh, no need!
Full throttle!
Hello? Is there...
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh, no! We're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets! I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, but they insisted on paying the full amount.
Wow.
I can't...
Hey!
Why use your hand?
But where does a big...
Well, but basically...
Huh?
Well, I'm not when a trial is...
So that's what... Paimon... Oh, yeah! So that means the...
Even though I've never heard... Besides indemnity, it isn't produced by...
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
You again?
Yeah, but...
Huh?
Seems business isn't so...
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confreri of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between...
You're from Northland Bank.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right,
can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Paimon,
You're mine. Shouldn't let your guard down.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems... That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when it was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked because I had a
But what is...
She never explained in my dream.
A whale? Oh, that's a...
It takes that shape.
So you used the whale as in... So why don't you just...
You make it sound, but it's been years.
Oh.
Yeah, oh.
What? More...
No.
Official...
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, the champion duelists are so engaging, and the worst case, though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty. So really...
So,
Apparently it's besides, apparently the one I'm meeting today...
Well, that's child for you.
Oh, before I forget, I want...
Huh? Your... vision?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. Besides,
Paimon knows what you're... That sneaky guy. Well... Wow! Who could have seen that coming? Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than... It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mist... Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Lenny said that the Opera House is on Aeneas, so let's go ride the Aquabus!
Rev the engines!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Try and stop me!
Whoa! Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese, huh? Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peace.
I guess if there are, kid.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. They're sure...
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's custom. Lenny.
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining...
It's because of his...
When do you cry?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon...
Then you should understand that tears contain your most... Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is... So maybe what you heard was the intense...
So, what did the voice say? Huh.
Rather than worrying about... Don't let that calm look...
Oh, right.
Rev the engines!
Traveler in Paimon, good to see you. I knew...
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking...
I can tell, but you're actually right on time. The audience still has... The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations.
Ooh, front row.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep...
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Rev the engines!
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down. Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say, "Oh, you little..."
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about? Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of...
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linney then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact...
Wait, Nervillet?
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer... There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise...
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before! Ooh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to... Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to...
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad, but our magical journey has only just begun. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking, in which case, I have ample time. So, for my next trick, please, if my assistant, there are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. I'm sure many of our lucky audience, now please.
Wow! Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where...
Oh.
All right, like this. 60, 59... 58! I won't be able to see anything in the pitch-black box, so... Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly...
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after...
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58...
60! 59!
That's right, perfect! Keep it going! All right, I'll see you all on the other...
54, 53... Why aren't you counting, Nervalette?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
Mr. Linney, are you all...
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. Ah, what was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway...
25! 20!
What's wrong, Mr. Linney?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying...
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for...
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping 2 people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
happened? Huh? Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice!
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic. Apparently, the fireworks on stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of
the serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before!
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Lenny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation,
That can't be right! How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time! We can even hear his besides! Before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances!
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Miss... It's...
I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about...
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you? After all, he what? Then there's no problem at all. But with Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But so, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
Huh? It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Lenny's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Linny and his troupe are all... The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once...
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite...
Linny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees... I don't know whether would ask for how that... Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician...
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city. Don't worry, Paimon...
I think they look cute on...
You have good taste, Lynette!
That's the right attitude. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be...
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just like... Oh, since we're going to...
Oh, well...
The secrets behind our magic are past saving.
I suppose you're... Tis... But if revealing our... We should go somewhere...
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation team... Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Huh? Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cowell. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the prop. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as... I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases. Sorry, Anyway, you may invest...
engines! Nice and cool. Natlan doesn't have places like this.
By royal decree.
Rise with the sun! Try and stop me! Hip. Burn it down! Rev the engines! Full throttle! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Full throttle! Right. Wrath from the sky!
As you wish, main Fräulein. This boat will be frozen in time. Cool it. What's the hurry? I'm getting tired of this game.
Light it up! Pyroclastic surge!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Rev the engines! Rise with the sun!
No rest for the weak.
Wrath from the sky!
Let's dance.
Rev the engines! The end of our legacy.
Look at it sparkle. the show begin? Huh? Hey?
No excuse for slacking. Let's not waste time.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
Fulfill my duty. Stay right there.
Hey? Gotta keep trying. Sister.
Pyroclastic
By royal decree!
This should be fun, my word. Let's end this quickly.
I summon thee!
Let's not waste time.
Light it up! Light up the blazing sun!
Almost.
Breath from the sky!
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Let's end this quickly.
Burn it down! The flame burns on. Try and stop me! Rev the engines! Full throttle! Something to add to my collection.
Rev the engines!
As you wish.
Full throttle! Hip. Hip. The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
On!
Light it up! Try and stop me! Rev the engines! Try and stop me! Full throttle! Rise with the sun!
By royal decree.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Pyroclastic surge!
Steady as stone.
Light it up!
Time to clean up.
Hey, not a bad haul. Rev the engines! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Try and stop me!
On! Reveal thyself!
Burn it down!
Leave it all to me.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
Wrath from the sky!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Light it up! Hey, not a bad haul. Full throttle! Try and stop me! Light of the blazing sun! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Rev the engines!
Destiny has brought me hither.
Try and stop me! Rev the engines! Try and stop me! Rev the engines! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Burn it down! By royal decree!
Dodge this!
Full throttle! Rev the engines! Full throttle! something to add to my collection. Try and stop me! Rev the engines! Nice and cool. Natlan doesn't have places like this. Full throttle! Hip. Try and stop me! Full throttle!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
Light it up!
As a good knight should. I must leave.
Pyroclastic surge! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Try and stop me! Full throttle! Hey, not a bad haul. Rev the engines! Hey, rise with the sun! Burn it down! Full throttle! Hip. Rev the engines! Something to add to my collection. Try and stop me! Hip. Rise with the sun! Full throttle! Rev the engines! Full throttle! Try and stop me! Full throttle! Try and stop me! Full throttle!
Let's begin.
By royal decree!
Through you, freeze! This path will be frozen.
Light of the blazing sun! Something to add to my collection. engines! Hey, not a bad haul. Full throttle! Rev the engines! Try and stop me!
Use this.
Yeah, light it up! Yeah. Dodge this! Time to buckle down.
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Wrath from the sky!
I must collect myself. Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up. I'll catch up.
Rise with the sun!
This isn't You need to hurry up.
Odds revealed!
Freeze. This was well done. Roasted fry.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night...
Light as the blazing sun!
One after another! By royal decree!
No rest for...
Burn it down!
Cool it.
Pyroclastic surge! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Rev the engines!
Raven! Let night fall!
Dodge this!
I must leave no stone un...
Rise with the sun! Rev the engines! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Rev the engines! Light it up! Something to add to my collection. Rise with the sun! Light it up! Try and stop me! Rev the engines!
Yeah.